go, Food Tubers. It's that time of the week again, isn't it, Food Tube? It's that time of the week when we get hallucinated, don't we? Because we all need hallucinating, don't we? I don't know how I get from Tuesday to Tuesday, really, each week these days. I really don't. Because, I've got a new mystic guru, and I'm quite happy to share her with the world. I am, Food Tubers, and I think there's quite a few people out there that actually are the same as me. They follow her every bleeding word they do. Yes, you know who I'm talking about, don't you? Rachel Wagland. Yes, Madam Mao Monty Shit Show. She's back again, isn't she, Food Tubers? Yes, she has. Yeah. And do you know this week, she's took Archtripe to a whole new level of bleeding tripe. She's put the T and the R and the I and the P in the word tripe this week. Yes, she has. She's actually filled the vacuous cyber webways, or whatever it is called, with her hallucinations. And this week, Food Tubers, this week we've been treated to the fact that she gets up in the morning. Yes, that's amazing, isn't it? She gets up in the morning. Yes, she does. And again, we need to know all about the fact, because we need to be convinced, basically, that she's got children. Yes, she has. She's got children. Yeah, and she gets herself up in Monty Shit Show every morning, and she makes them pack lunch before they go off to, I don't know, I think, was it Archwald, Archwell or something? I don't know who he is. He's supposed to be her son, but we don't know, do we? So, I think he works construction, to be honest, Food Tube. So she has to get up in the morning and she has to make him, he needs a lot of protein and calories, doesn't he? He does, if you work in the construction. Yeah, she probably roasts in one of her vegan chickens every morning, doesn't she? Yeah, she probably bungs in a couple of roasted potatoes and everything, does it up in some foil for him. Yes, she does. Oh, she works her fingers to the bone, she does, Food Tubers. Every bleeding day she's got to get up. She's got to get all the dogs up. Well, the ones that haven't run away or haven't been run over. I think she has a head count in the morning, to be honest. As long as they're all there, then she feeds them. And she probably opens a tin. I mean, with her poor little fingers, you know. So it's hard work. And then apparently her husband Barry comes tripping down the stairs. No, I don't mean falling. I mean tripping. I mean, you'd have to be hallucinating, wouldn't you, to live there? Especially as I thought it was all on one bleeding level, you Monty Shit Show, but apparently it's got stairs now. So, make of that what you will. But he comes tripping down the stairs, he does, and he brings with him Elizabeth, or Lilibet, or whatever her name is. You know, that child that nobody's seen and that she constantly bangs on about, Food Tube, for that one. Yes, so she gets up in the morning, Food Tube, she does. She makes breakfast for him and one thing and another. Ain't she marvellous? I bet you anything she starts singing to them, the hills are alive with the sound of music. I bet she does. I bet she, do a dear, a female dear, Ray, a drop of golden sun, me, a name I call myself. I bet she does. I bet she does every morning. I bet they all burst into tears. I bet they're like the Von Trapp family. Or is it those ones that are trapped up in the attic family? I don't know either. So anyway, where were we this week? Yes, apparently she's got a friend. I know, Food Tubers. I nearly choked on my bleeding toast, I did. I nearly choked on my toast, because it turns out she's got a friend. Yes, she's got a friend named Sophie Gregory, or something. Or is it Gregory Sophie? I don't know who it is. So anyway, she's got an imaginary friend. I mean, a lot of very immature brains do have imaginary friends, so she's probably imaginary. But anyway, she's got this friend, and obviously it's not an ordinary friend, Food Tube. She couldn't just have an ordinary friend, like a checkout girl or somebody that drives an Uber. Oh, no, she hasn't got an ordinary friend. No, she's got an extraordinary friend. And this friend is very extraordinary, because not only is this friend, nobody's ever heard of her or seen her, right? But she's not only Meghan Markle's best friend. No, she's not. She's married. You're not going to believe this, Food Tubers, but just go with it for me. Just keep an old girl happy. She's married to bleeding Justin Turdo, him of your China, and her name's Gregory or Sophie. To be honest, I mean, and apparently she's proud of herself. I mean, fancy giving it all the lemon about that. I am married to Justin Turdo. Oh yeah, I live up in the China there, and I'm married to Justin Turdo, and my name's Gregory. From Monday to Wednesday. Then from Wednesday to Sunday is Sophie or something. No one knows really. And I remember thinking to myself, I thought, hang about it, Kurt. Does that mean Justin Turdo's married? I mean, I didn't even know he was married. I mean, who would actually say, excuse me, I'm married to Justin Turdo? He's the type of bloke that if you did have a couple of pints of gin too many, and one thing led to another, and you woke up one morning, well, with your drawers around your bleeding ankles and him snoring his bleeding head off with his eyebrows peeled off, right, you just put your kecks back on and skedaddle. You just get yourself out of Dodge, wouldn't you? You wouldn't hang around to bleeding marry him, would you? Hey? I can't believe it. Turns out she's a female and all. Hey? I didn't have him down as that. That's why I thought his name was Gregory. Or her name was Gregory. Or something or other. Anyway, not only has she got the misfortune of being married to a Justin Turdo, an even bigger misfortune of thinking that it's actually some sort of kudos that she needs to shout to the world, but she's also got the misfortune of saying, well, of having your Rachel Wagland as her bestie. And they were snogging up all selfie like, you know like when your kids bring home their teenage mates and that one thing and another, or you know some teenage girls, and they're forever going selfies to each other, and it all looks a bit lesbian, doesn't it, Food Toothers? It does, it all looks a bit like that, but they're only young and they're working things out. And these old broads are nearly 50, and they're doing all the selfie thing to each other. Well, my glasses steamed up, Food Toothers. I thought I was like a bleeding peeping Tom watching them two snogging up and everything, one thing and another going on there. And I hadn't been to mass. It's terrible. Anyway, so whatever. I mean, you know, it's horses for courses, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So what else does she treat us to? She's got a friend that might be called Gregory or might be called Sophie, and apparently they're in the swimming pool together, and something to do with Pizzagate, and something to do with Tiara-gate, something to do with that. I'm not quite sure. To be honest, once she starts bleeping, my brain just shuts down, Food Toothers. Yes, it does. I have a terrible trouble concentrating. So anyway, she's basically got a friend called Gregory, or Sophie or something. They've been swimming together in the pool, they've been kissing up and doing selfies together, and giggling like a couple of bleeding novice nuns, really, that have just been goosed by the priest or something, haven't they? Really, and they love each other. Oh, it was lovely. It warms your bleeding cockles. Well, it should do. Didn't warm mine, but anyway. Depends, doesn't it? Horses for courses, isn't it, really, Food Toothers? So she's got these imaginary children out for us again this week, Food Toothers, and she's preaching to us about how we need to find ourselves in a field or something or other. I don't know what that metaphor means, but we need to find ourselves in a field and we need to uplift mankind and something or else, something to do with that. And then her mother, Doris, rang. You remember her mum, Doris? She rang, and she's as dopey as bleeding her, she is. To be honest, when you hear her mother talking to her, Rachel Wagland, you can see where Rachel gets all her dopiness from, can't you? Oh, hello, have you got a smiley face on? In other words, have you just took an ecstasy tablet? That's what I read it as. Have you got a smiley face on? I thought, well, she just bloody made breakfast, Doris. What do you expect her to be doing? Honest to God, no wonder she's like she is. Oh, and you need to uplift people, and you need to uplift women, and one thing to bleed another. I couldn't help thinking to myself, it's a bit hypocritical, isn't it, really, when you think of it, Food Toothers? She's a bit of a bleeding hypocritical palooza, she is, isn't she? Because she's always wanted to uplift women and everything, and she's got a bleeding sister in a wheelchair. She's always wanted to be nice to people and this, that and the other, and she ignores her dad. And while I'm on the subject of her dad, do you know what? I ain't being funny, but if you watch this, Mr. Markle, I think you should send round a bleeding bill to them schools, you know, because I think they ripped you off. I really do, because I ain't being funny. When you paid all that money to have your kid, well, privately educated, you'd expect her to be half bleeding tidy and have a half sort of pleasant, educated brain, wouldn't you? She's as bats as a bleeding, well, she's nuts. She's gone in the bleeding head, she is. Oh, I'm a super person because I get up in the morning and I make breakfast or something. And I'm very ordinary. We don't care, Rachel. You're still an arsehole. So, anyway, Barry hasn't got a name no more. No, he hasn't got a name. Because they're both narcissists, and at the moment they were head to head at the beginning, but she's sort of up here now with the narcissism. Well, she's pink narcissism, isn't she, really? And Harry, well, he's been devalued and all the words that, you know, that H.D. Tudor, he uses all them words, so we all know that, don't we? He's been steadily devalued, isn't he? So now he's just called her husband. Yes, oh, my husband this and my husband that, because basically she don't want to mention his name, because she's the marvellous person, she's the centre and the focus of attention. Everybody look at Rachel, don't worry about her husband, because she's an authentic, strong, independent woman. Well, I think she's about 3 or 4 or 5 different women, that one, all in one bleeding woman, isn't she? Eh? She's got the gob of about 5 women, isn't she, Vootoo? So, yes, she's a strong and independent woman that's basically used her sexuality and what she's got between her legs to get everywhere where she is in the world, and she wants to hallucinate us, and she wants to give young girls advice on how they too can be like her. So there you go, Vootoo. I mean, make of it what you bleeding will. Is it ever going to end, though, that podcast? I've never heard such a load of old tosh in my life. Oh, I get up in the morning and I make my kids breakfast. Well, that's funny, because I didn't even know you had kids, love, to be honest. The way you go on, I always thought it was a figment of your bleeding imagination. But there you go, stand by me. See you later, Vootoo. Bye, bye.